हम सभी का ये सौभाग्य है कि ये तीन भाई स्पेन से हमारे बीच में आए हैं। जयंती दीदी के कनेक्शन से हम तीनों भाइयों का चंडीगढ़ बाबा के घर में करतल ध्वनि से स्वागत करते हैं। वेलकम यू ऑल थ्री ब्रदर्स इन बाबा's स्वीट होम इन चंडीगढ़। तीनों भाई स्पेन बेस्ड हैं। जो सबसे सेंटर में भाई बैठे हैं इनका नाम एनरिके है। आप पिछले 35 वर्षों से बाबा के यज्ञ में समर्पित रूप से सेवाएं दे रहे हैं। स्पेन की कैपिटल है मैड्रिड। वहाँ पर अभी अभी बाबा का घर लिया है और आपके लौकिक भाई दोनों समर्पित हैं और उस सेंटर को संभालने के निमित्त हैं। और आज विशेष हमारे बीच में अपना अनुभव शेयर करेंगे। I request Brother Enrique to share his experience with Baba's family.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Loving greetings from the family in Spain, for all the family here in Chandigarh. Baba said that you have to...
Just a minute, brother, sorry to interrupt you. आप सबको ट्रांसलेशन चाहिए? Say yes or no?
Need translation?
Okay, बाद में मतलब सम अप करके
लंबा काम
एक थॉट होना चाहिए कि नहीं चाहिए? ठीक है।
No translation? Oh, thank you. I speak slowly, and my English is very easy, not English.
loudly.
Loudly? Okay. So I was saying that Baba said sometimes that we have to forget the past, and the past has to be like another life, no? Different life. So I feel that my past before Gyan is like another life. And sometimes I think that it was real, it was happened, and it's true, it happened. But at the same time, in my mind is like another life, no? So I came into Gyan with 27 years old. But before, I left my parents' home very, very early, when I was 19, 20. And I got married very young also. We had a daughter, very young also. Then we separated and divorced very young also. And then I started to look for spirituality and something. And it took me 2 years before arriving to Baba Center. And it was very interesting because Baba was preparing me for going to the center. Because maybe at that time, when I was 25, I was not ready for that, no? But suddenly I felt that something I need to change in my life. I was not happy. Yes, family, children, traveling, so normal things, no? And like everyone, but not happiness inside, no? So then I start to look for things, yoga, hatha yoga, no? And vegetarian, I became a vegetarian. And at that time in Spain were very little things, because this was not popular at that time. But I found here, a little bit here and there, no? So I was doing also natural medicine and studying Chinese medicine and so many little things, no? So I became vegetarian, I was meditating, but I didn't understand why I was doing all this. It's like someone was guiding me without understanding, no? And then I was living with my daughter because her mother was not feeling well mentally. She had a mental illness. So I was living with my daughter. She was at that time 7 years old. And then we went to a congress of yoga and many things in Switzerland, Suiza. It's a country in Europe. And then there I met a person, and I was speaking with him, and he said, "Wow, your thoughts and your way of thinking is very similar than some people that I know in Barcelona." I was living in Barcelona. And I said, "I will introduce you," and they do Raja Yoga. And I say, "Oh, I'm tired, so many yogas, I'm doing so many yogas, no? Another Raja Yoga." "Yes, it's interesting, but I'm not interested, I'm happy with what I'm doing." So he was very clever, or Baba gave him a touch, and he said, "Okay, but I invite you for a tea and cookies, and so you can see the center." I said, "Okay, this is a good idea." Then I go, because I like very much the cookies and all these things. So he invited me to the center in Barcelona, and I was dressing black, completely black, because I was doing hatha yoga, sitting like this, And then the two sisters came with sari white, and they were very happy, and it was very nice conversation, and very light, and I enjoyed very much. And then one of the sisters said to me, "Do you want to meditate in the big room?" And I said, "Yes, I'm meditating, yes, why not?" So I sat there, and it was a little bit strange, because this Shiv Baba, plastic Shiv Baba red, no? So at that time, this was strange in Spain, to have a plastic, because you didn't understand that this was Shiv Baba. It was a plastic red, red plastic. Well, I said, "What is this?" And then the picture of Brahma Baba, his face. I said, "It's a little bit strange, a plastic there, and a face there." Without any explanation, They say, "Okay, come and meditate." So, well, I sat there, she put a little bit of music, and then suddenly was like a cascade, cascade of water, but like a cascade of, really a cascade, not shower, cascade of peace. I was like, not believing what was happening to me, My mind was completely peaceful, my body was completely relaxed, and it was in 2 minutes, and I was doing not a special meditation. And then she stopped the music and said, "Okay, how it was?" And I said, "What is this? What is this?" And she said, "What is this? What?" And I said, "Oh, so peaceful, so beautiful experience." And she didn't know what was happening, So she said, "Well, I don't know exactly." And I said, "I want to know more. And she said, "Okay, next week we have the course. You can come to take the course next week." I said, "No, next week, no, now." I was very anxious at that time, young and a lot of energy, And she said, "Well, I'm working, so can you come at 7 in the morning tomorrow?" And I said, yes, I come in the morning." So I start the course at 7 in the morning, next day. And it was a very interesting course. We had at the time, like here, a gadi, small gadi, And she sat in the gadi. I sat there, only one student, like you, sat there, And she was here. Well, it was not like this. It was on the floor, And was no chairs at that time, only floor. So I sat there, she sat here, and for 15 minutes, without saying nothing, she was giving me drishti. 15 minutes. I didn't understand, but she was looking at me, and she said, "Look at me." So I was like this, and I felt like a laser beam, like, and I was like, lot of energy, and love and peace, so many things, Baba was very clever, because I like these things. So he was giving me what I was looking for. And then she started to speak 15 minutes. So the course was half an hour, half part drishti, and the rest knowledge. I didn't understand very much knowledge. But next day I was waiting for these 15 minutes of drishti. So I sat there, I prepared myself, I put like this, I'm ready. She came, she sat like this. So it was 7 days. I was really transformed, and I was so happy, and a lot of energy. And then there was another room where there was a murli. So I saw that some very, very few students. At that time in all Spain we were 7 or 8, very few. And I say, I want to go there. Stop, wait. Finish the course. So I finished the course, and immediately I went to the murli. And I was living with my brother, Loki brother. And he was doing also something like that, But I say anything to him. But after 7 days, he saw my change and he said, "What are you doing that you are so happy?" And I said to him, "Okay, come, I will show you." So he came to the center, and it was very interesting because it was a celebration. I don't remember, it was not Diwali, but it was but some celebration. And we were many there, and the sister says, "Someone wants to dance," they put music. And my brother is very shy. But suddenly I saw my brother, only him, dancing. I said, what is this? And he thought that everyone was dancing, but he was alone dancing there. And then he started also, and he was very happy. He took the course the same like me, with the same system, And then after 2 weeks, we were there in the Murli. And since then, we are there. Then we start to do service. Then both of us, after 4 years, we went to open a center. He went to Canary Island. I don't know if you know. Palma de Canary. Well, many Hindis are there in Canary Island. And I went to Sevilla, to the south of Spain. And then, well, many things happened. After 16 years in Seville, I went to Madrid. It's the capital of Spain. And now I'm there for 16 years also. And 3 days ago, before leaving to India, Baba bought a new center in Madrid. And it's thank you. And it's the second property that we have in Spain. 2 years ago, we bought a place in Barcelona with Daddy Yankee's blessings. And we had not much money in the bank, but the situation in Barcelona was difficult with the current center, very expensive rent. So we said to Daddy, we can buy something, but we have to ask for money in the bank, no? And she said, okay, you can do it, and it will happen. She says, it will happen. This was her blessing. And it happened. It happened, and very easy, and a lot of contributions came. And now, 2 years later, happened the same in Madrid. We had a center, beautiful building, 4 floors, but very expensive. And now the owner said that the prices have gone up, so we will put a little bit more, but it was too much for us because it was a lot. So then the thought came again, let's try to buy something. So it was like magic. In less than 24 hours, we found a place which is very difficult to find in big city like Madrid. A house, very difficult, there are no houses, there are flats. We found the flat, the house. The price was really wonderful, and the house is wonderful. So, and there are many people wanted to this house. It was only for 1 week. The owners were put for selling, and we arrived at the right moment, at the right place. We say yes, and in few hours everything was done, no? Like a magic. So we felt that Baba's magic was there, no? And helping us. So now I've left, and all the rest of the team are taking care of the rest of the operation. And I'm here sharing with all of you. And this is the beautiful thing of working as a team. In Spain, we're a team. There is not NC, no? There is an NCT, we call it, no? National Coordination Team. And it is wonderful because now I can be here. They are doing all the other things. I've done the first thing, to find a house, to do the deal, no? To talk to the owner, and all these things I did it very quickly in the 2 days before coming here. And then, now it's like my mind is so relaxed here that I'm so happy that they entrust so much the team, no? And we were saying that we felt how Baba was touching each one of us, and we were working as a team together so nicely, and then things happened, and now it's everything moving on. And when I come back, we will have a lot of work to do, no? But it's very nice to do all these things and new Baba's home and the change. And so it's so interesting that drama is ending, and at the same time there is still time to do so many things and change the centers and so many other things. So it's I always think that drama is really is magic, you know, and always a surprise, bringing new surprises and magic in our lives. So this is in short a little bit my story. Om Shanti. Enrique? Sí, ahora.
शॉर्ट में सम अप करने की जरूरत है? नहीं ना, बिल्कुल इजी था. ओके, थैंक यू ब्रदर. नाउ हु इज गोइंग टू शेयर?
Enrique.
ओके. ये दूसरे भाई हैं, इनका नाम भी एनरिके ही है. ये भी स्पेन से हैं और 19 साल से ज्ञान में है. वैसे लौकिक में रहते हैं लेकिन बाबा के कार्य में काफी सहयोगी हैं. तो भाई जी भी अपना अनुभव शेयर करेंगे. ओवर टू ब्रदर एनरिके.
माताएं थोड़ी सी हैं, जिनको समझ नहीं आया, थोड़ा सा बता रहे समाप्त
जरूरत है समाप्त करने की? कोई भी नहीं बोल रहा भाई जी. ओके, ओवर टू ब्रदर एनरिके.
Om Shanti. So how I came to Baba, a little bit about my journey in this path, on this path. So this was like 19 years ago, and I recall I was actually like very unsatisfied in life, very unsatisfied, not very much looking for God at all. But I was involved in Buddhism. I would now every now and then for many years I would go to this Buddhist center, and I really enjoy being with the lamas and this and that. But nothing was changing in my life. No, at that time I was not expecting something to change because I went to a Buddhist retreat or anything. I didn't know. I was lost, completely lost. No? But I was attracted to go to these people, you know. And but in time I lost interest, and I was not going there at all. And one friend of mine, he said, let's go to this public talk, you know, let's see. I said, okay, let's go, you know. And so I went there with him, and at a hotel very near the center in Tenerife. Tenerife is off the coast of Morocco. Morocco, this is the Canary Islands. There are 7 islands. They're Spanish territory, but they are very near to Africa, you know, to the coast of Africa. So I went there, and you know, I saw this sister there, this lady, and you know, I was like, what is this? What is she going to tell me? You know, I know it all. You know, a little bit like that. You know, this kind of attitude. You know, and I was a bit teasing with my friend, looking here and there. You know, and then all of a sudden, little by little, I was noticing that this sister, there was something very special that I had not seen ever before. You know, like such kind of confidence, you know. And little by little, I was getting more and more attracted to listening. You know? And yeah, that was it. And then towards the end, she said, well, she's going to conduct meditation. So okay, I'm sitting there very, you know, attentive. At that point, I was very attentive, and I just sat there, and she started to look at everyone. And when her glance passed through me, I felt like a strong magnetic field, something like, like, you know, surrounded me, like it was power. No, it was Baba's power. I didn't know what it was, but all I know is that I just wanted to know more about this. You know, what is happening here, what is going on here, and so I did the course, and of course I understood nothing. but the energy was there. Something was pulling me. At that time, I was married, and so like him, I divorced. I divorced a year later because she was not very fond of what I was doing. What are you into? What is happening to you? She's like, so that didn't work out, and well, just to give some humor, a little bit of humor to this, no? When I came, I was not understanding, but I was having many experiences. So I thought I was the greatest yogi on earth, because, but I was having free experiences because Baba was giving me these experiences. I was not, you know. But I was very attracted to, not that I understood all the knowledge, but I was very attracted to knowledge. And I knew something inside me, this is not from a human being. This is it, you know. And I even remember, you know, attending a public talk with Sashi at the center in Las Palmas, and my heart was like pumping, you know, like I was, and I'm looking at everyone is like, you know, nothing is happening, nothing special is happening. I'm like, because the soul was recognizing truth, you know, and so then maybe next year I went to Barcelona. I had a chance to be free from the job for a full year, so I went to Barcelona and I remember the sister driving me in to the center from the airport. I'm telling, what am I doing here? I'm going to live with some people I don't know in a house. What's happening? I felt very strange, but you know, I spent 1 year in the main center in Barcelona as a not resident, but there is a big building with the Panda Bhavan on top and the Shakti Bhavan also on the same building and the center below. So that was very nice to start with that, and there are many other things, but maybe I'll stop here. Well, maybe I tell you that when Enrique said we were at the winter retreat. Winter retreat is in December. In Spain, we have the summer retreat and the winter retreat, national retreats. And I had no option to come to Malawan. It's been 5 years since I don't come to Malawan, and well, I haven't come yet. Still to go. And Enrique said, "Oh, would you like to go with me to Chandigarh?" And this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I would dream about it, you know, to go to Malawan and also go to visit some place. But I had no option at that time. So he gave me an idea. No, and I was sitting in meditation and I said, Baba, but I want to go to Malawan, this and that, you know. And suddenly an idea came, and I went to Enrique, this idea came, what do you think about it? Yeah, do this and that. And I went back to my home, and I put it in practice, and it worked, and it was possible. And immediately I had the chance to buy a ticket. But I had second thoughts about Chandigarh. I want to go to Malawan. I don't want to go to visit any place. I don't want to, you know, because my first few years in Malawan, of course, you know, for everyone of us is very special, and I just want to go to Malawan. I don't want to go anywhere else. But now I'm very happy to be here. I think it's going to be great, and already I feel great, and I think it's going to be nice to do it differently this time, and then go to Malawan in a few days. So, thank you so much.
थैंक यू ब्रदर। तीसरे भाई जो हमारे साथ हैं उनका नाम है हुआंग। एम आई राइट? हुआंग ये 8 साल से समर्पित रूप से अपनी सेवाएं दे रहे हैं स्पेन के सेंटर में ही, और भाई साहब को सिर्फ स्पेनिश आती है, तो एनरिके भाई विल ट्रांसलेट इन इंग्लिश। ओवर टू ब्रदर हुआंग।
Should I have a mic also, or should I sit there next to him?
Om Shanti. pues la verdad que para mí es muy agradable, una fortuna el estar aquí,
For me, it's a pleasure and it's a great fortune to be here
porque tenía ganas de conocer, ¿no? He ido varios años a Málaga y no conocí nada más que ese punto de vista y me agradaba mucho, ¿no? Tenía, digamos, ese deseo puro de conocer a la familia, ¿no? A la familia de India, ¿no? Conocer cómo viven, estar más cerca a ellos.
So I thought it was a good idea to come to here and be closer to the Indian family and know how you work together. And because the last few times I've just been to Melbourne and that's it.
Cada vez que he venido a Málaga, pues he venido siempre centrado en eso. No suelo ir a comprar, entonces esta vez digo, tengo que conocer. Había algo en mi interior que me decía que tenía que conocer, ¿no? Tenía que estar aquí.
But there was something inside of me that was telling me that I should come here, that I should do it differently this time and come here.
Así que ese deseo se ha hecho realidad. Así que gracias, Drama, gracias, Baba, gracias a vosotros.
So that wish has come true. So thank you, Baba. Thank you to all of you. And thank you to Baba Drama.
Y bueno, mi camino inicié en el Rajyoga hace aproximadamente unos 8 años y medio.
So I started about 8 years and a half ago.
Y lo conocí porque un amigo mío me habló de Raja Yoga. Iba buscando algo en mi vida porque no tenía sentido.
Mhm. So a friend of mine invited me to this program, and I was looking for something because my life was lacking complete purpose. There was complete lack of purpose in my life.
Hacía unos años que me había separado, entonces no tenía ningún tipo de contacto ni con mi pareja en este caso, ni con mis 2 hijas. No había ningún tipo, bueno, la relación que había era una relación muy mala.
So I had divorced a few years before coming into Gyan, and I had no contact with my wife or my 2 daughters, no, 2 hijas. So the only contact that I had with them was actually very negative, very bad.
Estábamos muy bien a nivel de relación y a nivel económicamente, porque tenía una pequeña empresa y me iba bastante bien. Y de momento, desapareció todo.
So at that time, I was running a business and it was going quite well with the business, but then everything broke. So la empresa cerró.
Sí, no, cerró porque entramos en crisis. Entramos en crisis debido a la relación y entonces pues me vi que no tenía dinero, no tenía nada.
Porque la relación fue la empresa era con ella, con tu mujer. Because the business was running together with her wife. So when this relationship broke, then also he had nothing of the business. So he lost everything. At that time, he had lost everything. No money, no family, no nothing.
Y entonces, bueno, pues intenté buscar afuera, pues felicidad, paz, entusiasmo, y encontrar un sentido a la vida y cada vez iba peor, de peor en peor.
So I was looking for peace and happiness outside, and actually it was getting worse and worse and worse in this search outside for these kind of things.
Y me hablaban de diferentes tipos de
Como diferentes prácticas para
Sí,
diferentes. So I ran into different kinds of practices that it's like self-development, no, desarrollo personal y cosas, these kind of things, self-development.
Y yo no creía nada, de hecho, en mi vida pues nunca había practicado nada y no creía en esto.
But I had never practiced anything before, so I did not believe in any of that.
Pero como no tenía nada que perder, pues digo, pues voy.
But since I had nothing to lose, I said, well, I'll go and see what's.
Y hice el curso de pensamiento positivo, meditación Raya Yoga,
So I did the course in positive thinking and Rajyoga.
y conforme iba avanzando, pues cuando me dieron la presentación de Baba, que es un punto de luz, así en el alma, pues es como si lo reconociese en ese momento, ¿no? Como si tuviese todo el sentido para mí.
And I remember when I heard that, that the soul is a point of light and that Baba is a point of light, at that moment I recognized that truth and it made all the sense to me.
Al poco tiempo pues, empecé a seguir las directrices, a seguir el Shrimat, y mi vida pues, fue cambiando a un ritmo muy rápido en todos los aspectos.
So from that moment on, I started to follow all the disciplines and all the Srimad, and my life was changing. There were changes happening in my life, in me, very quickly as I move on.
A nivel de la empresa pues la pude recobrar, debía mucho dinero, pues lo fui pagando poco a poco y
So I was able to recover my business. I was able to pay the debt little by little, and recover my business or this business.
es como si tuviese un pacto con Baba. Yo intentaba esforzarme lo máximo posible y cuanto más hacía, pues más recompensa tenía.
It was like I had ¿cómo era un pacto? A deal. It's like I had a deal with Baba, and the more I would give, the more reward I would receive.
Y bueno, hoy por hoy pues estoy aquí, agradecido a todo ello. Y bueno,
So now today I'm here. I'm very grateful about all of this and traffic.
very famous for soccer. So do you go to see some matches also? Another question is there. Is there any soccer player which comes to our center in Madrid or Barcelona?
Good question. Yes, Spain is very famous for soccer. No, they don't come to the center. They are in another level. No, not interested so much. But I would like to say that when I was 11 years old, I was playing soccer in the Barcelona Football Club for 1 year. At that time, it was not so important soccer as now, but I was playing very nicely, very clean. And after 1 year, they start to teach me how to put the leg here or there, and I said, "What is this? I don't like this," so I stopped. But yes, I like it, and I don't go now to these places because it's expensive and a lot of people. But yes, it was part of my young life. We have tried to contact them sometimes, but they are in a very difficult to reach them.
One more question. So do you celebrate all Indian festivals?
If we do Indian festivals, yes, we celebrate everything in Madrid, well, in all Spain, as a Brahma Kumaris, no? And we celebrate Diwali, and we celebrate Rakhi. It's beautiful, and people like it so much. And we celebrate Shivaratri also. We try to put the petals in the flag. Very difficult every year. We haven't not learned already. Trying to put, and then but only for Brahmins, Shivaratri. But Diwali and Rakhi we do for public, and people like it very much. The hall is full at that time for these celebrations, and we like it also very much. The center now is very close to Indian embassy. 100 meters from Indian embassy, and we have a very good contact with them. So they invite us also for Rakhi, for example. They organize also Rakhi and Diwali, and so we have a good relationship, and we go also there to join them. They invite us also for dancing festivals, so we go there to say hello to the ambassador, and so we have a good relationship and also connection with the celebrations. And I would like also to share that I've come to India more than almost 40 times. 40. Because sometimes I've come twice 1 year, no? And I was very close to Daddy Yankee. Daddy Yankee was our daddy, no, in Europe, but especially with Spain, she came many times, and she was like my mentor, no. She helped me a lot in this spiritual life, and so when someone from India asked me, "Do you have been in India?" and I say, "Yes." "Oh, nice! I've been 40 times." "What are you doing in India?" You come so it's a way of introducing all these things, no? Because for them it's strange, no, that a foreign goes every year, twice a year. So this is a very good method, Yukti, to explain what I'm doing and why. And it's true, for me coming here is really holidays, really my true holidays, because I really disconnect from everything, and I connect with Baba more easily, and especially in Madhuban, of course. And I like it very much to come here to India and meet the family, and then in Madhuban. I had two personal meetings with Bab Dada in year 87 and year 88, and it was beautiful also. First meeting, I sat in front of Baba. I was very nervous, and I was repeating in my mind, "No, my Baba, my Baba, my Baba, my Baba." And then Baba said, "Do you recognize the Father as my Baba?" So it was like taking my thought and giving me back, no? So it was a beautiful experience, and the Drishti of Baba was I was like hypnotized after that, completely beyond. I went for dinner and I was eating but not eating. And another brother, he said to me later that he was talking to me, but I was completely out. I didn't listen to him, no? And he said to me, I was talking to you, but you were not listening anything, just eating and beyond. So it was very, still I remember these moments, no? Because these moments are very precious, no? To have this opportunity to be close to Baba. And so many stories about Daddy Janki also, no?
We'd like to listen to
Yes, some stories?
with Daddy Janki.
There was one story that made a very deep change in my life, because I was living with my daughter when I started. And I started with a lot of enthusiasm, so I went to the Murli very quickly, but my daughter was very small, so I took her to the Murli. So she came to the Murli with me. My brother also came, and then at that time there was two sisters also that we had a good friendship with them, and they had 3 children. So suddenly in the center we were 8, 4 of us and 4 children. So the center was full because we were very little, no? And then we invite my father and my mother also. So suddenly the Murli class was completely full of new students, no? But then, well, things happened. The sisters, they didn't come, and finally my brother and myself stayed there. But my daughter was living with me, and for the moment was like for all the time, because her mother was not fine. And then one day her mother said that she wants to get back my daughter, no? To go back with her. And I felt that it was not the right thing, because she is not well. My daughter was very happy in this Brahmin life. She was very young, but she was enjoying also. But I thought, let me check with Daddy Janki, because she came to Spain. And it was my first year in India, so I was very young, but I had already this feeling to check with a senior, no?
Which year was it?
This was 1987. And I talked to Daddy Janki, and for my surprise, she was asking me many questions. I thought that she will be like this, very spiritual, and say all these things, blah blah. No, but no, she was asking me, where is her mother living? What is your job? Where are you living? What is your, so many little things, no? And I was surprised, oh, how much interest she has in me, no, in the story. And then suddenly she went into silence, and she said to me, ask your daughter what she wants to do. And I said, my daughter, she is 8 years old. But I was very obedient, and I say, okay, why not? So I went to my daughter after, and I say, look, your mother wants you to be with her. What do you want to do? And then she replied to me, I have to think about it. And I say, wow, what's this? 8 years old, she doesn't remember this conversation. I think Baba was also touching her something. And next day, she said to me, I want to go back with my mother because I need to help her. I say, what's this? And it was really like this, because her mother, after she went back, and her mother didn't treat her very well. But she was very stable. I think Baba's help was giving her a lot of strength, and she was very stable in this situation and helping her mother. And now she has become like the mother of her mother, because she takes care and she loves her, and she was not treated well, but she has changed this, no? And she has accepted her. So big change in her also. But that decision helped me to be completely independent then, because I was completely free. And I had in my mind to open a new center in another place in Spain. So suddenly everything changed completely. And then I decided to open, I asked for open a center, and yes, I went to the south, I found a job, and things started there, no? So some of the advices that Daddy Janki gave to me were so accurate, no? And then I had a job. At that time, I was doing, as I said, therapy, no, natural therapy, and also massage, and all these things, no, physiotherapy, and it was very successful. But I was feeling, I was very young, people who were coming very young, so I was massaging them, no, a lot of sisters also, and then I had my doubts, no, and I said, Daddy, I'm working like this, and I'm not sure if this is the right work for me now. And again, she always asked me questions. She never said to me, do this or do that. She always was like a good coach, no? Asking me questions. And she said, are you able to stay all the time so conscious when you are working with the person? I say, okay, no, not all the time. It's very difficult. So she looked at me, you are very young. She said, you are very young, you can find another thing. Oh, this thought came, oh, I'm young and I can find another thing. So then I start to find other things. And then I changed completely and I start to work in a company. And then I work all the day, full day. And I wanted to do service. And then Daddy Yankee came again 1 year later and said, Daddy, I've changed my job, but I'm working all the day now from 7:30 in the morning till 7 in the evening. No time for doing seva, and I want to do service. And again she said, okay, find a job that you work less and you earn more. Oh, Shanti. Oh, sorry. Work less and earn more. But how? And she always say, how is a bad question. Okay, again, the thought it was there. And it took me a while. But again, happened that I start to work less and earn a little bit more. And then a few years later, again, Daddy Yankee came and I talked to her again. Daddy, I'm working less and earning a little bit more, but still I would like to work less because I want to dedicate and less a lot of things in the center. I was also already living in the center. No? And then she said again, work less and earn more. Again, how? Not good question. So again in my thought, work less, earn more. Oh, how it will happen, no? And then after a few years, it's not one day to another, no, but a few years, and again, my work changed. I was always very focused, no, and very looking for that. And yes, it was happening gradually, no, working less, earning more, and now I continue to work. I work as a consultant or as a coach and facilitating programs for companies. And I was, well, not I was feeling that Baba was training me, you know, in many different ways, because I didn't finish my studies, university studies. So I had no degree for this kind of jobs. But I get experience, and then people like what I was doing, and now I'm working with top executives. I'm giving classes also in a business school when everyone has high degrees. I have no degree. And every year they send me, because they see my file, and they send me an email saying, oh, maybe you have not filled the form with your degrees. Please, can you fill the form? And every year I reply, I have no degree, sorry, this is right. And it's the 5th year I work with them, and they have not fired me. They have, okay, good, you have experience. I have experience. It's more important experience than degrees. Okay. and the results are very good. So I continue to work there. So Baba has made magic with me, and I've been so grateful to Baba, because he has trained me in so many things, no? In so many different ways, so that he was helping me to reach a high level of work where I've been paid very well and I work much less, so I have more space. And finally now, for me, it's only service, because when I get paid, this work, I can introduce also a little bit of meditation, or I can introduce a little bit how the mind works. I introduce a little bit relaxation, whatever, no? So I'm serving them. It's not theoretical work. It's a very practical. And more they ask me for helping them to reduce stress or anxiety, because people are suffering so much, no, in the companies, and especially people who are in responsibility situations. And then I teach them a little bit of meditation, and I help them. So they are so grateful. And I'm becoming an expert in this field, in mindfulness and meditation. No? And years back, meditation was very strange word in Spain, no? In the companies. They were saying to me, don't say meditation, please. Do say something different, but not meditation, because this is a very, they don't like this. Now, meditation has become popular. So in the companies, they say to me, yes, speak about meditation. They like very much meditation. So now I'm like a very interesting person because I'm meditating for a long time. So now has become a way of service also. And I feel that very happy, not to do service in the center, but to service also in the companies and helping people to raise awareness, to relax a little bit. And then slowly, they connect with me, no? And then they know me, and then they ask me sometimes for a retreat or for other things. So some of them also they are coming slowly to the center, and some of them then they are in contact, and in another way they will never come to the center directly because they are very busy doing other things and they have no time for that. But through me, no? So. And Sister Jetty always say this, yes, do all these things because people will come through you to the center and you can reach people that usually we cannot reach, no? Because many times I've asked myself, should I continue to work or should I stop to work? And always the reply was, continue to work because it's service. You're not working, you are doing service. And this is my consciousness, no? It's not working and service, and no, it's everything is service now. So I feel really completely in unity, no, with my aim and my purpose. There's no separation. Oh, I have to work and I have then to go to the center. Everything is one now. I feel in my life, no. Everything is just service. Sometimes I receive payment, sometimes not. So I don't think too much about this, and that these blessings are always there. So it continue to happen, and I'm really happy with that. And my relationship with my daughter is very good. She's living in Barcelona. She has 2 children. So I'm grandfather. One has 16 years old. The other has 14 years old. So I have a good relationship with them also. They are very detached from me. Really very detached. She doesn't phone me never. I phone her and I say to her, but I always phone you, you never phone me. And she said, well, you taught me how to be detached, no? So I've learned the lesson. I say, yes, you have learned the lesson very well. So they keep me very free. But we have very close relationship and there is no dependency, you see? There is freedom, emotional freedom also, myself with them and then with me. So it's very nice relationships because we don't depend on each other. And this I feel that are Baba's blessings that are always there, that help me to be free for Baba's service all the time. So there are some. Sorry?
None of them.
No, my daughter was very close and she met all the daddies. And she came to Madhuban twice, but then she got married and children, and she has a business. But she has a deal with me that every year she comes for one retreat in Madrid with me, and he brought his children also. So for now more than 10 years, she has been coming every year at least once for a retreat. But the children now, this last year, 16, 14, now they are not so interested. They want to go with their friends. So she is coming by her own. And husband is very cooperative and very nice person. But for the moment, he's not so interested. He respects everything. So let's see the future. But they are very close because when I go there, they come to the center, we have lunch together, we sit to meditate a little bit. So they accept and they love very much what I'm doing. But well, for the moment they are doing different things. And my parents passed away, but they came to the center also. My mother took the course, my father also. My mother left the body before, and then my father was so interesting, he created the room of my mother because they were living in different rooms. So he created a meditation room, and he put Baba's picture, Shiv Baba's picture, Brahma Baba's picture, Shiv Baba's picture, and my mother's picture. So he said, "Oh yes, I'm enjoying this room because I talked to Baba, I talked to my wife." So it was his place for meditation. And you know, it was very interesting for them also. They were very close, and they got married the 10th of May, long time ago. No? My mother died the 10th of May, and my father 3 years later he left the body the 10th of May. So they were very connected, no? And very the same date everything happened. No? So we felt now that they are like two brothers with 3 years of difference again together, because they were very close and very respectful, no, for them. So they were in Gyan because they took knowledge, they know Baba, so they are, I'm sure that they are in a nice place continuing with this life. So this is some stories. There are many more.
Challenges do you face in service in Spain?
Now it's very smoothly Spain, but we have faced many challenges in Spain, especially I would say 50 years ago. You know about sects. In India it doesn't happen this, no, but in Spain they were very against sects, no, and we are considered a sect, and we were in a list of organizations, dangerous organizations, no? So at one point they were very against us and looking for everything that we were doing. And when I went to Seville Center to open the center there, I knew this later, but the people around there in the neighborhood, they hire a private police or private to investigate me. I knew later, I didn't know that. And people were afraid of me. And I didn't know what happened with them because we were in a flat and people were closing the door when I was going through the stairs. No? But then one day I decided to talk to the president of the community just to say hello. So I went there and he was like, you know, distant from me, like looking to me like I was a very strange person. And then I started to talk, and he said to me, "Oh, but you are normal." And I say, "Yes, I'm a normal person." "Oh, you know what happened? We thought that you are in a sect, and you were doing something wrong, and we have hired a private detective to study you and see. And then we realized that you were doing nothing, just working, running the center." And then they start to come, they start to talk to me, and everything was changing. But also, at that time, many young Kumaris and young brothers, but especially Kumaris, they came to the center, took the course, and some of them, they still are there in Gyan. No? And then their parents were very afraid also. So at one point, they said to me, "My parents want to hit you because they are afraid that you are doing something wrong with them." Another brother said, "My brothers want to come to hit you also." And so I was, many things they wanted to do to me. So I was, meditating all the days and nothing happened at the end. But all the families were against me, no? I thought, I like Brahma Baba, no? Facing so many things. No? So yes, we face many, and at national level also, many attacks, no, of the local government and all these things. But finally, we have continued, just like nothing, no? And Daddy Yankee always was helping us, and Sister Jenti was so nice. Sometimes Daddy sent Sister Jenti just to be with us. No programs, but she came to the center she sat there in the office, meditating, seeing us working, doing things, eating with us, spending time with us. So it was like just we are with you. So well, these things happen, but they will forget. And yes, slowly, everything was smoothly. And now, yes, we are in some lists of dangerous organizations like many others, because this is in internet and it's very difficult to take it out. So some souls are influenced by that if they read that, but other souls, they know us for 20 years, 15 years, 25 years, and they know that we are a good organization. So now it's very smoothly the service. But at that time it was really a challenge because everything we did, and they have cancelled programs. So we had faced many strange situations, but then we have been able to introduce all our papers and all our accounts to the government, and we have received 10 years ago the title of public utility, which means that it's a good organization, you are dealing with everything in a nice way at all levels. So in one side some people are against us, but on other side they are acknowledging that we are doing a good job, good service. So this is the thing happening, no? So now they are happy with us, or mainly.
शांति जग में लानी है शांति की शक्ति से शांति जग में लानी है शांत मन हो तन हो शीतल शांत मन हो तन हो शीतल ऐसे दुनिया बनानी है शांति की शक्ति से शांति जग में लानी है शांति की शक्ति से
And just to finish, we are around 150 Brahmins, or now online. It's difficult to say how many because many are online, so we don't see some of them. But around 200 maybe, and we have national retreats, and they come around 100, something like that. So the situation now is also interesting because in the centers are coming less in person. So some centers like Madrid, there are few Brahmins. Look, then in the evening many come, but in the morning less. But we have more in internet. So sometimes we have 30 connected through internet, but in the class we are 2. So, but this is the times, not only in Madrid, but also in other countries, it's happening the same. So we have to train ourselves to talk to a camera, no? And imagine that through the camera there are 30 souls there. I can see that here, you are coming here, so it's very nice. And it's a fortune also that you have such a big family. And in India it's very different, because you are here thousands and thousands, no? In our countries we are becoming very old, because youngs are not coming so much, and the Brahmin population is becoming older. But well, let's see drama, no? What will happen and what will bring.
All are Europeans?
Yes, in Spain, yes, very few Indians. In Barcelona, there is a couple who is coming, but in Madrid, not. We have been in contact with them. There is a small community in Madrid, but in Madrid they are very high level of financial, no? They are very rich. We have been in contact with some of them, but they don't come to the center. In the embassy also they have come for the course, but they don't come later, no? I think they prefer some Indians, no? But we have very nice connection. And Barcelona, same. In Malaga, there is a big community, Indian, but also they don't come. In other countries like England, of course, there's a lot of, it's mostly Indian community. And in France, there is some also Indians going to the center, but in Holland also some. There are very few. In general, we have a good connection, but not coming so much.
In Tenerife?
In Tenerife
We
also.
have two centers, no?
In Tenerife, there is 2 centers, and 1 center is run by a sister of India, or from London, UK, but she is in different places. And there is a beautiful family, especially 17, 20 Indian family. I've been there, and it was very nice and very happy, and really taking care of all the center. And yes, but in the north, this is in the south, no? And in the north is local center, so there are not so many. There's only 1 sister who is from India.
Still
The rest,
there's
2
two Hindis.
Hindis.
Well, one Hindi.
One Hindi and
married to a Hindi.
and married with another one, but not so many.
So in near future, we will come there.
Yes, exactly. This is the good thing. You have to come. Yes. You know, in the companies, so many Hindi directors are now in big companies because they're very intelligent people, no, and intelligent and clever. And it's very interesting how they are introducing in different places. And I work with some of them. So you have to come, but to the center. We have a lot of space. Now the new center has 7 rooms, which is a lot for Spain. And well, Baba's room, big room, and 4 floors, and garden also. So we have plenty space for all of you. Don't change.